Hey everyone, FB here to bring you a cast of the BA Championship 2015 Italian GP. This event is hosted by the Black Angel team and will last for about 1 hour. Pit stops will be necessary for the drivers to refill their fuel during the race, and they also have to make sure to avoid getting penalties by crashing or driving outside of the road, which will require the player to visit the pit stop an extra time. If you want to participate in one of these races, then you'll have to download the Stadium F1 title pack and simply get on the server before it starts. And as we are waiting for this race to start, let's take a look at the current rankings. 11 races have now been played, with the latest winner, Marius89, having now reached 339 points in total, and with that is far ahead of second place, which is Edster at 198 points. Chuck is at third place with 186 points, followed by Sopra at fourth with 155 points. Then we have Losco at fifth with 131 points, Lars at 6th with 108 points, and also MC Robert is above 100 points at 7th place. Major is at 8th with 91 points, El Wermo is at 9th with 89 points, and lastly Demon is at 10th place with 88 points. And we are about to start in 10 seconds. We see that Marius89 is playing this race as well, and should be considered the big favorite as always. He often performs well and usually is also the winner. So we'll see if that's going to be the case again this race, or if anyone can stop him. We do have a couple of good contenders, I believe. So maybe this time Marius89 will not be at the top of the podium, but we are starting live into the first round of this Italian GP, following Marius89. We see here some of the other players, for example Edster, who is at second place, is playing. We also have Shumi, who actually has defeated Marius89 in a old race this season. I don't remember which one it was, but he did win against Marius that time. Gets pretty good, or pretty bad start actually, as we go through these first couple of corners, and then he hits the curb. Gonna lose a lot of speed with that. This course, for those not familiar of it, is you know, very focused on high speeds, a lot of long stretches. So it's very important that you don't do what Shumi did there and lose a lot of speed before entering a long stretch. That's gonna cost you a lot of time. Shumi gonna pass a couple of players, goes up to 11th place. Edster currently in the lead, and if we take a look at the fastest times, we see that Edster also got the fastest time on this course with 108.04. Marius89 is with 0.31, and Voyager is at third place with 0.62. I don't think we've seen Voyager play in the season before. At least this is the first time I'm seeing him. I did miss, I think, 2 races. But yeah, Voyager is an interesting player. He's definitely really good. He's won a lot of events, especially the Planet Millions Cups and also the Coppers Millions Cups, I believe. And he's also won FP's Weekly actually once, which of course is an endurance race. So he's pretty familiar of this format, and he's gonna go up to first place now, passing Edster, who falls down to second. Following Edster, we have Chuck at third place. Edster and Chuck had an epic battle in the last race, where Edster was in the lead going into the last corner, but then hit the sign, and Chuck was able to pass him with more speed leading up to the finish line. So Chuck at third place. Then we have Fredel Shaman at fourth. So pretty good start for him. Of course, he is Shumi's teammate, both playing for Shaw. We got Danik B for Team Acer, playing for the first time, I think, at least under the Team Acer tag. It's not too far behind the top, as you can see. It's very close in top 5. Then we have Lars, but he's gonna lose a bit of ground. Shumi and Firestorm passing him, so he's gonna go down in the rankings. Also, Titi passed him, I believe, yes. Oh wow, Shumi with a huge crash. And also Firestorm losing a bit of speed, so Titi will go up to 6th place with that. Lars at 7th, Firestorm at 8th. Oh, and then Titi makes a mistake. Firestorm and Lars can pass him. A lot of action here in the start. Also Soren will pass and go up to 8th place. Morris A9 actually down to 10th. That is a bit surprising. He did just finish off TTC, so maybe he's a bit worn out. I believe he took like 5th place, so that could be the reason, as we see him passing a bunch of players over this stretch. Entering the last corner before the long stretch leading into the next lap. I didn't mention it yet, but there's going to be 50 laps in total, which is 300 checkpoints. You can see the checkpoint total to the right is currently at 19. There's sadly no lap plugin here, or lap count plugin, so I can't see how many, on which lap the players are on. I'll just have to base it on the checkpoints. There are 6 checkpoints per lap. So yeah, not a good start for Morris A9. He's up to 6th place now though, so he's climbed up in the rankings a bit. Let's see who else we have playing. Stereo Gang is also driving at 12th place. Then we have C25 from Hungary. We'll have to adjust his line a bit there, getting back on the road. Kira von Black is already in the pit stop, so he must have gotten a penalty. So not a good start here from Kira von Black. We also got CTHN 490 from Japan playing at 15th place. And then following him, we got Losco at 16th. We also have, oh, looks like Peter passed Losco up to 16th place. Oh, Shumia stopped playing. And he did say before he saw the race that the race started that he wasn't sure if he was going to finish. So looks like he's not. And we also got MC Robert, but he's not playing this time. So 17 players currently driving. And Edster is now back to 1st place, and it looks like he's been able to build up a decent lead ahead of Danik B, who's now at 2nd place. So let's follow Edster through this next lap as he's about to overlap Kier von Black. Going through the Ascari, which I believe is an important place of the track. Also the first chicane as you enter the next lap, I think, is pretty important. You can lose quite a lot there if you don't pay attention. Edster entering the next lap as the leader, 2 seconds ahead of Danik B. So you have to slow down a lot here. It's easy that you could mistime it and press brake too late. So Edster gonna keep his 1st place. Let's see how far ahead he is. Seems to be the same distance down to Danik B. No, actually not. It's now 4 seconds. So Danik B with a bit of a blunder. Maybe in that first chicane. Perhaps even earlier than that. Still though, at 2nd place. So doing pretty well. And here is Chuck at 3rd. Took 2nd last time. And he's been on the podium quite often. So he's a well-experienced player. Voyager, who was at 1st place for a short while, now down to 4th as we see the refuel message popping up. So the players will enter the pit stop now or in the next lap. I think, yeah, they're gonna go for 1 more lap here, since it takes, I believe, 1 minute before the screen is pitch black. So you might as well go for 1 more. Actually, the course is like 1:10 in length, so I don't know. Maybe it's a longer wait until it turns black. Could be wrong. You also see a pretty good time there from Edster, 1:08.38. So it's clear that he's feeling pretty confident. And he said before the race started that he's really eager to show what he's made of. He wants to take 1st place. He's not done it yet in this season. It's been close several times. And last time he was only about 5 seconds behind Marseille 9. Who doesn't seem to, well, actually it's up to 5th place now, and it's not that far behind, I suppose, but this is definitely a An uphill battle for Marius A9, as we do see the screen turning black now for him. Edster should enter the pit stop now. Yes, there we go. So now the players will have to wait 7 seconds before they can start driving again. Edster is off. You can see here the other players in the pit stop. Chuck leaving it now, who's past Danik B. And then Voyager 1.5 seconds or so behind them. Followed by Marius A9, who is maybe 3 or 4 seconds behind Voyager. See if anyone else is close. No, it's a pretty big gap down to Sauron, who goes to the right. Was a bit trigger happy, I guess, and gonna lose some time with that. See Saper not opting to go for the pit stop, neither does Firestorm, so I wonder if they got penalties earlier. Or if they just simply went into the pit stop on the previous lap. Anyways, it's Edster in the lead, 46 laps into this Italian GP, hosted by the Black Angel team. This is a race that anyone can play in, you don't need to sign up. Simply just download the Stadium F1 title pack that you can find in the Mania Planet in-game store and then just get on the server. The map is usually available to practice on a long time before the race starts. Maybe weeks even, so you got a long time to practice it. As you see, Edster doing that chicane fairly well. It's hard to time that perfectly, and going for a drift is pretty much out of the question. I suppose you could maybe go for it, but doesn't seem worth it. See if Saper maybe has quit the race as well. Yes, so we are down one more player. As we also see Firestorm improving his personal best. Seems like the distance down to Chuck continues to grow. So Edster seems to be the player that is currently driving the best. And if you can keep that up and avoid the penalties especially, then he should have a pretty good chance winning this race. He's had a bit of an history though, getting maybe some unnecessary penalties. So it's gonna be interesting to see if Edster can avoid those this time, as we're about to enter yet another lap. 54 checkpoints has been crossed out of 300 in total. The race will take about 1 hour. Danik B now also losing a bit of ground on Chuck. And still pretty far ahead of Voyager at 4th place. Who's entering the chicane now. Oh, and Fredel Shaman has now gone up to 5th place. Yeah, this is seems to not be Marius A9's night. Although he did well in TTC, but not able to do as well in this race. Still far from over though, as we see Fredel Shaman getting a nasty bump from the curb. So Marius gaining 1 position, and he's not that far behind Voyager, so you can see him in front of him, so could see him go up to 4th place. See what Voyager's fastest time is on this track. He's at 3rd place, so he's well familiar of this course. So could have an interesting battle between these two players. Fredel Shaman down to 6th, ahead of Firestorm at 7th, Soren at 8th, Stereo Gang at 9th, Titty at 10th, Losco at 11th, Lars at 12th, seeing Edster overlapping him, C25 at 13th, CTHN 490 at 14th, Kier from Black in the penalty, or in the pit stop again. And then we also see that Peter has stopped driving, so 3 players having quit so far. Back to the top again, it's Edster in the lead. I'm gonna see if I can figure out how far ahead of Shuck he is. It looks like he's about 5 seconds ahead of him, so he continues to extend his lead. And we'll be able to drive through a couple of more laps before entering the pit stop once more. Yeah, I think this race is definitely worth entering. I mean, it's different from the normal type of driving that you maybe are used to in Trackmania, but I think this one, it offers something new and something unique, so I feel like it's an experience worth trying out. The tracks are quite different from normal tracks, and also the pit stop system I feel like is pretty interesting, so it's quite fun. I do wish more players would enter it, but it's kind of at a bad time slot, I would say, pretty late for most Europeans, who of course are the ones that mainly are playing Trackmania. Lars has also quit. He had some kind of crash and decided to not continue playing, so one more driver down. We should be down to 14 players now, it seems, with Edster keeping that first place. Let's see now where Shuck is. Seems to be about the same distance. No, actually I'm wrong again. It's now up to 7 seconds. So Shuck must have made some kind of mistake to lose that much against Edster. But he doesn't seem to lose that much against Danik B though. So not really much of an exciting battle at the top, at least. Voyager also pretty far from Danik B and pretty far ahead of his teammate Marius89, both of course driving for Alsoniak. Last time we spectated Marius89, he was much closer to Voyager. So he must have made a mistake as well. Or Voyager might just be driving faster, as we see the warning message popping up once again. The players will enter it a lot of times. Not sure how many times, but maybe like 10 or so. Maybe they're more than that. Danik B was in the pit stop there, yes. Interesting. So he's not gonna go for one more lap. And that's gonna potentially make it a bit interesting, at least in the end of the race, depending on when when the race is over. Because the players will be on different pit stop schedules, so could see some changes happening because of that. So Edster, you see him having his screen turning black, but still enough visibility to get to the pit stop. So well calculated strategy from Edster. And a good pit stop as well. See Shuck leaving the pit stop now. And then also Marius89 and Voyager entering the pit stops. Voyager with a pretty comfortable lead over Marius89, it seems. Nothing to worry about at the moment. Danik B is now back up to 3rd place. But yeah, there's not really any close fights here. It's all pretty big distances. Let's take a look at the rest of the players. Fredel Shaman is at 6th, and then Soren, yeah, he's pretty far behind as well. So not close between them. Firestorm is far behind Soren. Stereo Gang is also far behind Firestorm, or Losco rather. No, actually they are very close to each other, so Stereo Gang and Losco having a fight for 9th place, but then Stereo Gang did get a slowdown, and as I mentioned before, that's not what you want to get, especially not on this track. So I bet he lost like 3 or 4 seconds with that. Oh, and that's gonna cost him even more. Goes outside of the road into the gravel. So no longer close between Losco and Stereo Gang. Here's scene 25, seems to be on a different lap. Yeah, Stereo Gang is 1 lap in front. Titi is 2 checkpoints behind C25. Kier from Black is also pretty far behind here. Still far ahead of CTHN 490, who is currently at last place. I guess we could just have a overview look here to see where the players are currently located. So we see Edster at the top there, leaving the last corner, about to enter another lap. Danik B entering the stretch now. And then Voyager is up next, about to overlap Titi. And then we see Marius A9. Perhaps a bit closer now to Voyager. So could have been a good lap. Then Fredel Shaman is next, not too far behind, I suppose. And actually Losco is very close to Fredel Shaman, so I'm gonna follow... no, wait, never mind, they are not on the same lap. No. They are on different laps. Oh, is Danik B passing Chuck? He's at least much closer to him, so Chuck with a mistake somewhere on the track. And the question is, will he have to get will he get a penalty? No, he's without a penalty at least, so that's at least good for Chuck. But Danik B much closer to him now, trying to take another position. And then it's a long wait down to Voyager. Here's the chicane again in the start. Can't go for a drift. Also, at certain places of the track, it's advised that you go a bit outside of the road, but not too much, because then you could run the risk of getting a penalty. Oh, I think Danik B did get a slowdown from the curb. It's always a bit of a risk driving over the curbs, so you kind of want to avoid that as much as you can. So Danik B now a bit further behind Chuck, but still feels like he could potentially catch up to him completely as we go through the Ascari again. Another tricky section of the track. And here's the end. And we see Danik B going over the grass, entering this last corner. So that is that's what I was talking about earlier, where you kind of want to drive over the grass just slightly so you get a better trajectory. And you can build up a bit more speed leaving the corner. So good stuff there from Danik B. I'm curious what his fastest time is. It's 109.08. So it's not... doesn't have this one of the fastest times, but still, despite just being at 7th place in the local wreckage, he's at 3rd place in the race. So he's keeping a consistent pace, and that's what's most important, to see him driving over the grass once again. As long as you avoid the gravel, I think it's fine. See if Edster has built up an even bigger lead now over Chuck. No, actually, he's lost 2 seconds. Chuck now 5 seconds behind. That's interesting, because Chuck did lose a lot against Danik B, so had he not done it, he might have been together with Edster now. So maybe seeing a bit of nerves coming into place. Edster, of course, wanting to win this race for the first time. He's been on the podium multiple times, but never at first place. Any idea when my weekly race will start again? Yeah, no, currently it's on hiatus. I can't host it because I can't protect the players. There might be a small possibility to host it again if the players can use a VPN to protect their IPs. But I'm not sure if that's gonna work. It might still be possible to obtain the IPs through Wireshark despite using a VPN. I don't know, need to get that confirmed, but if that is possible, or if that is a good option, then I could maybe start hosting it again later this year. I want to host it a lot. I mean, I really like hosting it, and I know a lot of people like playing in it as well, so I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully I can start hosting it again, but don't keep your hopes too high, I guess. Yeah, is that the Sweden match, I guess? Yes, I should be able to cast that one on Saturday. It should be fine. Alright, so anyways, let's focus on the race again. Edster with the refuel message, so he's gonna enter the pit stop. I believe on this lap. I don't think he can go for one more lap. No, his screen is turning black already, so he's gonna enter the pit stop. We have crossed 125 checkpoints out of 300. So we are closing in on the halfway mark. Also, I noticed that Valkyr hosted my stream, so thank you for that, Valkyr. Alright, Edster into the pit stop. And he is now back to almost 7 seconds in front of Chuck, who's leaving the pit stop now. And let's see how far behind. Oh, Voyager is up to 3rd place. Voyager up to 3rd place. No, wait a minute. That's because Danik B has already entered the pit stop, as we saw earlier, so he's gonna pass him now over the stretch, and he's back to 3rd place again. So we gotta keep that in mind. And of course, if the race ends after Danik B enters the pit stop for the last time, then Voyager would go up to 3rd place because of it. But I think it's gonna be a small possibility for that to happen. And here is Morrissey 9, the current leader in the season. And he's gonna be the winner of the season as well. Unless he stops playing now, I guess. Then the others could catch up to him. But he's so far ahead, and really just have to participate and get some points. And even though he's at 5th place, he's still gonna get like, I guess like 20 points or something. I think 1st place gets something like 33 points. So he's still gonna collect quite a lot here. Oh, okay, Frill Shaman with a penalty. Is he not driving? No, he's driving, so I think that's a bit of a bug, maybe? Yeah, I don't know, I can't follow. Okay, there we go. But not in follow mode, though. This is like a bug that sometimes happens, I think. Oh, whoa, what? Danik B up to 2nd place. What happened to Chuck? Oh, ow, when he goes too wide and makes a huge crash, we'll have to turn around as well. Ah, that is unfortunate for Chuck. Here comes Voyager as well. Should have much more speed than Chuck. And he will pass him, I believe. Oh, maybe not. But, wow, that was really bad from Chuck. Oh, as he goes way too wide as well. Voyager takes advantage of it and will gain a position up on the podium now at 3rd place. So Chuck in very quick succession, losing 2 positions. Oh, but now he's back with more speed than Voyager, so Chuck again back to 3rd place, but he lost his 2nd place though. It's Danik B who will now have to try and catch up to Edster, who more and more looks to be the winner of this race. Because of that crash from Chuck, Edster now has, I think he said 12 seconds there, so he's gonna have a 12-second lead in front of Danik B. That is quite a lot. He can afford a penalty with that even. So it's looking pretty good here for Edster. Let's follow him for a short while. As he goes over the grass. And enters another lap. It's strange how you don't really hear the engine sounds much at all. I wish that was not the case. You only kind of hear the drift marks, or the drifts. Alright, so Danik B now should also be really far ahead of Chuck. Yeah, 2 checkpoints even. So not very close at the top, as we are nearing the halfway mark. Voyager though in close pursuit of Chuck, as we see Losko setting a decent time, 109.27. The world record is a low 108 by Edster. Oh, Marius A9 is a bit closer now to Voyager, and also of course closer to Chuck. So we could still see Marius A9 getting on the podium at least. I think he would be pretty satisfied with that, considering this start usually is the one that's leading in the start, but not this time. And I guess it's between these 5 players. Phil Shaman is 3 checkpoints behind Marius A9, which is half a lap. Don't see him coming back from that. Still 2 or so more laps before another pit stop is necessary. And again, keep in mind that Danik B will enter the pit stop 1 lap ahead of the others. Good speed there from Marius, definitely close to Voyager now. Another good turn here through the Ascari, and Marius 89 goes up to 4th place. And you can also see that he built up more speed than Chuck. So it might just be a matter of time before he goes up to 3rd place. Yeah, and a bit more speed than Chuck again, so Marius A9 will pass him here as we enter another lap. Oh, okay, no, never mind. Danik B, of course, entered the pit stop there, so he will be back to 2nd place after this lap. Or maybe after 2 laps. But yeah, down to 5th place now for Danik B. So if the race ends this lap, then it would be pretty bad for Danik B. He will lose a lot of positions with that. Good time as well for Marius A9 in that lap, 109.06, so that explains why he was able to go up in the rankings. Got Sarlin now in front of him, who is at 7th place, 1 lap behind. Alright, yeah, we're gonna see Marius A9 go for 1 more lap here. Danik B though initially was only 1 lap behind in the schedule, so I guess he went early into the pit stop. which you don't really want to do, I think, because that means that you may have to enter the pit stop more than the others. So we'll see what will happen. But yeah, I mean, a pretty exciting race so far. Except the fight for first place is really close actually between well, Morrissey 9, Chuck and Voyager at least. I guess Danik B does have a pretty comfortable lead at second place. We'll soon find out. So once the players get this message, that's when the screen will start turning black, and then it takes 1 minute before it's pitch black. And of course, if it turns pitch black, you will have to respawn to the previous checkpoint, so that's gonna lose you a lot of time. Morrissey 9 into the pit stop. Let's use this overview look here. You see Danik B passing, so he's back to second place. Here is Morrissey 9, third now, Voyager at fourth, and where is Chuck? Chuck is not driving anymore. Chuck has given up. Looks like he had a penalty. Yeah, he says so in the chat. So Chuck was at second place for a long time, but now will give up and is no longer in the race. So he's not gonna get any points. That means that Edster will extend his lead in the total standings over him. I believe Chuck will still keep his third place though. But yeah, Chuck is out, and here is Edster. See how much in front of Danik B he is. Gotta wait for Danik B to enter the same checkpoint, I think, or maybe it's 8 seconds behind him. Not sure exactly how that works. Wait, I can see it in the times there, yeah, so, okay. 35:32 was Edster's time, and then Danik B crossing it now. Wow! Wait, no, this can't be right. Yeah, okay, I think Danik B is actually 20 seconds behind Edster. Wow, that is a lot. The overview look should maybe give you a better idea how far ahead Edster is. See him here. And then Danik B is there. So yeah, I guess it is 20 seconds. Wow. So Edster, unless something dramatic happens here, should be the winner. At this point he can afford maybe 2 or 3 penalties and still win it. And Danik B on his way to take second. And then Morrissey 9, who had a rough start, could potentially take third at least, maybe even second. Not completely out of the picture that he wouldn't catch up to Danik B here. Voyager has fallen down a bit, and then no one else is really close here. It's gonna be a while before Shaman enters the next lap. I see Edster close to overlapping him. Oh, I believe he brushed the wall, so maybe losing a bit of time there, but not too much. Uses his brake very early, and then he kind of just releases gas a bit to guide himself through the chicane. Now it kind of looks like Danik B is closer to him though. Huh. It's hard to tell with this this plugin here. It's not too spectator friendly, I would say. But what's clear though is that Edster got a very comfortable lead. And the same can be said for Danik B. I guess the most interesting thing going on right now is if Voyager could maybe catch up to Marius, but it doesn't really look like that will be the case. The trend is rather that Voyager continues to lose time. He was, of course, ahead of Marius A9 by quite a lot, so Marius has done a pretty good comeback so far. See, Danik B. Okay, yeah, he's gonna enter the pit stop now. I think he's actually entering the pit stop like one lap too early for each time. So like now Marius A9 can like drive maybe 3 more laps. I don't know. This is not really good for Danik B, I think. But I could be wrong. So he's gonna be just behind Voyager at the moment. Again, if the race ends now, that would be bad for Danik B. Whoa, 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 what a monster flip there from Voyager. Somehow didn't get a penalty though. I guess because he was still kind of on the road, so. But yeah, that kind of makes it impossible for Voyager to catch up to Marius A9. It's not gonna happen. So he will just focus on defending his 4th position instead. Yeah, I think Marius A9 can actually play 2 more laps here. We've now crossed 201 checkpoints, or at least Edster has. So less than 100 to go. Edster can... oh, as we see, a slowdown from Marius A9. That's not the first time it happens to the players. Gotta avoid that curb. That is key. Edster gonna enter it maybe now? I think he will, yes. That was a pretty good chicane from Edster. Well-timed drift. Lost maybe a bit of speed there, but not too bad. Would be interesting to see like what his average lap is. I'm gonna say maybe it's about 109 high or something like that. Really good performance here from Edster as we see him entering the pit stop. This should I think he's gonna enter it maybe 2 more times for the finish. So he's leaving it now. Marius A9 entering it as well momentarily. And then we'll see Danik B passing him and go up to 2nd place again. Alright, so Danik B up to 2nd place again. But I feel like he's maybe making a mistake with the pit stops. You could go for 1 more lap. But, well, still at 2nd place. And Should still be able to get this second place, and as long as you can avoid any major mistakes. See how far ahead he is of Morris 89. You can figure it out. I believe it's maybe 5 seconds or so. Let's just go through the field of players again. Here's Morris 89 at 3rd, Voyager at 4th, Feral Shaman is at 5th place, Soren 2 checkpoints behind at 6th, we got Firestorm at 7th, Losco at 8th, Stereo Gang at 9th, Kira from Black at 10th. We also see that C25 has quit the race. Titi is at 12th, but he will go up to 11th soon. And then we got CTHN 490 at last place. Oh wow, that was not a good turn from CTHN 490. Seems like he didn't get a penalty from it though. I did actually, or I was informed actually, that the penalties are not, they aren't that many anymore, so I guess that explains why that was possible. Whoa! Has Esther gotten a penalty? I'm not sure. This could also be a bug. We'll see what's gonna happen here. No, he's still driving, so he doesn't have a penalty. Just a bug again. But that would have been bad for Edster, though he would still keep his first place, I'm pretty sure. I wonder why that happens. It's kind of annoying. Soon only 70 more checkpoints to go. So we still have that message for Edster. Danik B with the refuel message. Let's see now. Yeah, he goes for the pit stop too early. He can go for one more lap here. That makes him lose quite a lot of time. Huh, that is pretty interesting. I think that's gonna mean that Danik B will enter the pit stop more than the others in the end. So we'll see if Morris A9 can gain second place because of it. Could actually happen. We are going to see them entering it one more time, I believe. Yeah, it's gonna be a while before Morris A9 enters it again. 3 or 4 more laps. So a bit of a blunder here for Danik B, who is playing for the first time, I'm pretty sure. That's why he's doing it. The other ones are more experienced and know that you don't have to enter the pit stop directly as you see the message. Also saw a good time there from Edster, claiming the first Dedimania record, but that is still not his fastest time though. Let's take a look at the record again. The fastest time is 108.04 by Edster. Then it'd be only with the 7th fastest time. See where Voyager is. He could also maybe pass Danik B because of this this pit stop issue. Oh, not the best chicane there from Voyager. Came out of it with low speed. Also thanks to Tech for the host. Now I don't see the plugin at all here for Edster, so strange, not sure why that is. But he is entering the pit stop one more time, I'm pretty sure. Less than 60 checkpoints to go now. Look at the overview camera again. Let's find Edster. And then let's find Morris A9, who's at second place. Can see the distance here, it's a pretty big distance. And then Danik B is here. Continues to lose time on Morris A9 because of that pit stop thing. So we'll see what's gonna happen, if he will still take second place or not. And then Voyager comes next. And then Fredel Shaman is at 5th place and he is there, so very far behind. So really an outstanding performance from Edster. This could be one of the biggest wins we've seen. I don't have that stat, but I think this might be one of the bigger ones. Actually, he's only 2 checkpoints ahead of Morris A9. I thought that would be a bit more. Now it's 3, which is still quite a lot, but maybe he's made some mistakes here. So he lost a bit of time, but not too much. Alright, let's see where Edster is in the... Okay, he's gonna enter the pit stop pretty soon. And that's gonna be the last time, I think. Or maybe it's one more time for Marius. Which would be good, because that would increase his chances of being ahead of Danik B. If this is the last time though, for both players, then Danik B will likely take second place. So yeah, the key is here to wait until you see the screen turning black. So you gotta time it so that you still have enough visibility to enter the pit stop. Ooh, Marius will have to turn or go back a bit there. If you don't stop at the guys, then this these graphics won't show up. So you kind of have to go back a bit to trigger it. So Danik B back to second place, but as you can see, it's not with much. So, and yeah, he will of course enter the pit stop one more time here. As you can see, he's in the red already. So that means that Danik B is the one that wants another pit stop, because then he could maybe gain back that second place. But if he continues to enter the pit stop too early, it might not matter. Marius A9 might just be ahead of him anyway when he leaves the pit stop. So that's an interesting situation here. Not sure what's gonna happen. I don't know. Will Marius A9 enter the pit stop again? That is the question. See where Edster is. Let's see if I can figure out how far ahead. Okay, he's 15 seconds in front of Danik B. So not as much as it once was. I believe it was over 20 seconds at some point. Oh, as he gets a no drift. That will cost him maybe 1 or 2... Oh wait, more than that, I think. 2 or 3 seconds, I would say. Because of the long stretch that follows. Less than 40 checkpoints to go now. We are nearing the end of this BA Championship 2015 Italian GP. This is the 11th race of the season. Not sure how many more we got left. I think it may be like 7 or 8. The next one is the Singapore GP, which takes place in at the end of September, and then Japan GP is 1 week later, I believe. So 2 more races this month. What? Okay, no, Danik P. Yeah, I think he entered it again very early. Like, once he sees the message, he just goes directly for the pit stop. So he's already with a full tank. And now, even if Morris A9 will have to enter it again, enter the pit stop again, he might still be in front because of this. Let's see the distance here. It takes about 7 seconds to enter the pit stop. Oh man, I think it's gonna be really close if that happens. Yeah, Morris A9 might have like a small lead as I drop my microphone, sorry. So yeah, interesting to see what will happen. 30 more checkpoints to go. Yeah, I think actually Edster and Morris A9 will have to enter it one more time, so... Still a few more laps for Edster. We see here also that it's pretty close between Soren and Firestorm for 6th place. Now even closer, Soren with more speed, he will pass Firestorm and go up to 6th position. So good stuff there from Soren. Then otherwise not really close between any of the players. As we see, Edster with a really good time, 108.14, so close to improving his world record. I guess he's going for it, maybe. He can afford it. Might even happen in this lap. It's looking pretty good so far. Just gotta hit this last corner. Maybe could have gotten a bit more speed from that. Yeah, no, that was not a faster time from Edster, but now less than 20 checkpoints to go. We will see him entering the pit stop though one more time, and also Morris A9. And the big question right now is if Danik B will pass Morris A9, since he is on a different schedule here. Had he done it correctly, then he no doubt would have taken 2nd place, but now he's been put in a pretty tricky situation. He gotta make sure as well that he doesn't make any mistakes now. And to allow Morris A9 to build up a bigger lead. One more lap after this, and then we'll see the pit stop. Seems to be about the same distance, maybe. Let's try counting it as he crosses this mark here, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 seconds. I think Danik B might have lost a bit of time. I think it might have been less than that. So that's not good. Again, you lose 7 seconds in the pit stop. Then it takes a bit more time as well to like enter it and leaving it. So I guess maybe 10 seconds or so. So that would mean that Marius A9 would still be in front with 3 seconds. If I'm correct about that. We see him getting the warning message now. So close to finishing. There's only 7 more checkpoints to go. So kind of an interesting timing here. And he will have to enter it. He can't go for the finish. And also Edster entering it now. On his way to win one of these races for the first time. And here's Marius A9, and let's follow Danik B now. Will it be enough? I don't think so. I believe he's gonna still be behind with a few seconds. Marius leaving it now. Here comes Danik B. He got much more speed. Oh, actually, no, he's gonna catch up, and he is back to second place. But it is not with much, though. Still possible for Marius to go up to second place, but he will have to have a really good finish. We only got one more lap left as well. Edster on his way to victory. This, I believe, yeah, this should be the last lap. So Danik B just have to focus on not making any mistakes, and he will take second place. I was pretty convinced that Marius was still in front, but I guess not. I guess you lose way more than what I thought you would. So Danik B, yeah, one mistake here is all it takes for Danik B to lose his second place. But anyway, let's take Edster into the finish line. This is the last stretch before the last corner. Coming up now. And now only the finish stretch left for Edster, who goes for some zigzag movements, and he's gonna win it. Congrats to Edster. First place in the Italian GP, and here's Danik B entering the finish as well. Still in front of Marius A9, and he will take second place. Just in front of Marius A9. Wow, that was an interesting finish to the race. Thanks to that, the pit stops. So now we have a 10-minute timer for the players to finish. Voyager will finish at 4th place. Was at 2nd place, or even 1st place in the start. But then gradually lost position and time. And will take 4th place in the end. Frostbeule still with one more lap left to go. And he is not challenged here at all. Soren is 2 checkpoints behind. Still pretty close between Soren and Firestorm, but Firestorm still not really too close. Let's just follow Frostbeule as we take him into the end. Might be able to overlap Losko before this is over, who is at 8th place. But yeah, impressive driving there from Edster. Wasn't really close to losing his first place. Kept it together and deservingly won the race. So we see Frostbeule taking 5th. Here is Soren with the warning message, but he should have enough visibility to finish. So he doesn't have to go for the pit stop now. You can just go to the finish line instead. Soren takes 6th, and then Firestorm not too far behind. finishing at 7th. Losco is next, also on the final lap. Then we got Stereo Gang, Kier from Black, Titi and CTHN 490 left playing. A bit worried over CTHN here. I'm not sure if he will have enough time to finish. 7 minutes left to go. Still got quite a lot of laps to drive. Here's Losco through the final corner. Takes 8th place. Stereo Gang leaving the pit stop now for the last time. Still got 4 more laps left to go. So he should have about 2 minutes left when he finish. So yeah, I think Stereo Gang actually might be the last player. Kier from Black may also have enough time left, but doesn't look good for Titi and CTHN 490 in terms of finishing the race. I guess as we are waiting for the players to reach the finish line here, just a reminder, or just to talk about what I'm casting next. Saturday will be my next cast. Sweden are playing against Argentina in Nations Cup 10. It's gonna start at 9 PM CST, so I'm gonna cast that one. And then on Sunday, Stadium Team Championship 11 is taking place again. Team Acer are going up against Swarm, which I think is going to be a pretty important match. And also, funnily enough, that's going to be my 500th cast. So, hoping for a win, but I feel like it could be a pretty tough match. We'll see. So Stereo Gang still with 10 more checkpoints to pass. 2 more laps. Yeah, we see here Danik B saying, I went safe the whole race. So he lost quite a lot with that, I think. Nice shortcut there from Stereo Gang. Don't think it really saves you a lot of time though. Oh. A bit of a stumble. But only 1 more lap remaining for Stereo Gang. 4 minutes left on the clock. Kier from Black still with a lot of laps left to go. 4 in fact now. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think Kier from Black will have enough time, to be honest. Doesn't look good. I was saying Danik B went safe. He went into the pit stop directly when he saw the message. He didn't go for like 1 more lap or anything, so he was on a completely different schedule from the other players because of it. And I guess maybe as a result enter the pit stop 1 more time or 1 extra time, I don't know. Oh, Stereo Gang hitting the obstacles, but avoids a flip at least and can continue driving without having to respawn. Now only with 1 more turn left to go. will finish at 9th place. And now only Kier from Black with a realistic chance to finish this race. 2 minutes 30 seconds left to go. 289 checkpoints collected. So I don't know. You got 2 more laps after this, and 1 lap takes 1 minute 10 seconds or so. So yeah, I think only 9 players will finish this race. Yeah, I guess you would have to stretch it out a lot to... Yeah, I see. So I guess it didn't really matter too much for Danik B. Still had the same amount of pit stops in the end. Clock keeps ticking down here from Kier from Black. Entering second to last lap now. Or wait, is this the last lap? Yeah, no, yeah, this is the last lap. The last lap for Kier from Black, so I'm completely wrong. He will have enough time to finish. As long as he doesn't crash super hard. I thought he had 2 more laps to go for some reason, but no. This is the final lap for Kier from Black. 1 minute to go. That should be enough. And then TT and CTHN 490. Unfortunately not able to finish. TT will be very close. Will be on the final lap, I think, when it ends. So that's a bit unfortunate, but oh well. So Kier from Black, 1 more checkpoint to go, and that is of course the finish. Here's the last corner, and here is the last stretch for the last player. 20 seconds left on the clock. Not much time to spare, but just enough. So Kier from Black will finish at 10th place. And here is Titi entering the last lap now. So very close to finishing, but in the end, not enough. So let's summarize this race before we go. Edster will be the winner. Takes first place for the first time in the season. And he, because Shaq didn't finish, I believe Edster may... Well, no, actually, Edster was already at 2nd place, never mind. But he's gonna extend his lead over Shaq, though, who didn't get any points. Still behind Marius A9, who takes 3rd and collects quite a lot of points as well. And then we saw the other players there, Voyager at 4th place, etc, etc. But that's gonna be it for me. Again, as mentioned, next cast will be Sweden versus Argentina in Nations Cup 10 on Saturday at 9. But that's it for me. Thank you all for watching. See ya.